All right, so basically, I was just meditating on a whole bunch of stuff about life, and so I just woke up and I just felt like I just want to share this message. So the experiencing is basically the experiencing on the inside that's going on that I want to express through this video. So to give you a good understanding, it's like your soul is made up of three entities: your mind, okay, your will, and your emotion on the inside. And so these three make your being. And so what I've been experiencing is that my mind and my will and emotion has been feeding from the spirits on the inside of me. To give you a good understanding, it's like, let's say you have a house and there's no water inside your house, okay? And you want to get water inside your house. So you grab a bucket and you go across the streets and fill up that bucket with water, and you bring that bucket back into the water. And every time you're desiring water, right, desiring these things, you want to go and get some more water, okay? And so that's how I've done that before. I know how that feels. But what I'm feeling now from transformation on the inside that I've been experiencing, it feels like the opposite of what's going on is like I don't need to go get water outside to go get a bucket of water and bring it back home so that I can have water inside my house. I feel like now that I realize that the spirit on the inside of me is who I really am, and that it's what's sustaining me. I feel like I don't need to get water anymore. This is what I feel like I'm experiencing. Is, for instance, painting this picture. Instead of you going across the street every time you need water and filling up that bucket, you're actually just turning off the faucets, because now it's pipelines underneath the ground supplying water into your house now. So that's how I feel. I feel like my life is being transformed, and it's because the spirit on the inside of me is supplying my soul now. My mind, my will, and the emotion is being fed no more from the outside, but from the inside. As in, the spirit is feeding these three entities: my mind, my will, and the emotion. So I'm feeling constantly fed life into these three entities of my soul. So I find out that a lot of times I don't get hungry like I used to. I feel full already, in a way. Like my will is my desire is being satisfied already on the inside, and it's not like I need to. And I do, of course, enjoy a lot of things outside, because it's just, I feel like it's everything outside is a reflection, and I'm experiencing everything that is already in me. So that's why I feel like I don't need to force things to get it so I can feel satisfied. I feel like I already have it, and if it happens outside, it's just like an overflow I'm experiencing. So I feel like a water well is on the inside of me. I feel like water is coming from my spirit and is supplying water into my soul, my mind and will, emotion. I'm not trying to get water across the street in a bucket and try to put it inside my house. I feel like my house is already supplied with sufficient water, and anytime I want water, it's being fed. So it's like my mind, my will, and emotion is constantly being fed from the spirit on the inside of me. So my mind is constantly conscious of righteousness, as in you're conscious of believing right in a way, or believing in truth of like who I am really. Because sometimes we reflect things on the outside and identify that as who we are, but that's not who we are. When something bad happens to us and we feel bad, if we accept it, we're gonna accept. That's we're accepting ourselves in a negative way. So that's why when I realized this, and it was basically experiencing of awakening. I feel awakened, open up, and I feel like I'm not missing anything. I feel like I'm already complete. And now that when I do things, it's like more of a flow going on. I feel like I'm being led by the spirit, and I'm not trying to force things to happen. I feel like every moment that I'm living, it's full of life, and that I'm enjoying the present moment. Like I used to always, wait for some kind of event to happen, just sit at home, constantly doing my work, and patiently waiting for a sign, miracle, or breakthrough. And when I realized that the spirit of life in me is the true source of life, I realized that the spirit of life in me is the actual sign, the miracle, and the breakthrough. And when I realized that, actually, my outside, my natural realm began to be supplied with the spirit of life in me. So it was a natural producing going on the outside. I used to force things to happen and have a set schedule, a routine that I must do. And if I don't do it, something bad's gonna happen. Or if I don't do this particular way, I used to have. It sounds crazy, but I used to have what is it? A set alarm for everything I do. Wake up 9 a.m. Okay, 11 a.m. do this particular thing. 12 eat food. 1 go work out. 3 check emails. 5 gotta read this magazine. 7 watch a movie or something. Whatever, So it was just a set schedule. I felt like the scheduling was really me, and I was like kind of like working in the system instead of letting the system work for me. So that's how I felt. I felt so, in a way, I felt strong, but in a way I felt like if I don't do it, I don't feel strong. And and that's sustaining or dependent on things on the outside. And if you start depending on things inside, you don't have to maintain it. It's sustained consistently, because you see that as you're breathing, just like you're breathing naturally. You're not trying to breathe. You just breathe because it's a natural instinct to do that. So that's why I feel like the things I do is not. I'm not conscious of it. Like what I need to do at 3 p.m. or what I need to do tomorrow. It's like when I think about these things, I'm not living in the present moment. Like my present moment is absence of Neil. So that's why I feel like I'm consistently breathing, and every breath I take, inhale, exhale, is every time that I'm living in a way. And it's like you are living the life of the spirits, and you're not waiting for any event. We're always looking for things outside for us to feel complete, and the truth of the matter of fact is that you're already complete. But if you don't see yourself complete, you're gonna feel incomplete, and you're gonna always do something outside to make you feel complete. It's gonna be a consistent thing that you all have to try to sustain, and you want to be free from that, because you don't want to live the rest of your life always doing the same thing over again, and you don't even have any passion for it. You gotta have passion for everything you do. If you don't have passion, you're not really living, So that's why when I had this experience of the awakening, experiencing the true life on the inside of me, I felt like complete and one with God. I felt like God never left me, that God was always in me ever since I was born. And I didn't have to. I was thinking about this earlier when I was walking with my dog outside, that I feel like I used to pray to God, all right? And I felt like, for instance, I'm gonna paint a picture. It's like I felt like I had to call God every time on the phone, call Him and ask Him, pray to Him like that. And now that I had this awakening, I don't call Him thinking that He's somewhere else. He's actually in the same house that I'm living in, and He's just the room next door, and I just gotta walk to the next door and start talking to God. Like He's already in my house. He's already in me. So I don't need to pray outside, because He's not away from me. He's in me. So I feel like and this is truth, because when you say that He's not in you, you're saying that God somehow created you and He walked away from you, and you're somehow living, existing, and breathing without you. If you're breathing and existing, He's actually living on the inside of you. But you don't realize it, because you're looking at it from eyes from outside of the world, seeing the world alone. But when you begin to see your true self on the inside, you don't see yourself alone anymore, and you find out the truth that God had never left you, and that He was actually in you, but you just didn't realize it, and you didn't feel it. You might have felt it at certain times of your life where you felt so good, you felt so alive, but when things outside of the world try to stop you, you let the things of the world dictate you and ignore your feelings, your good feelings on the inside. The good feelings is this. It's the God feelings. Remove the O and the two O's of the good, you're going to reveal who's behind the good. And it's God giving you those feelings on the inside. That's why right now I feel consistently good. Like I don't have to do anything outside for me to feel good in a way. It sounds crazy. It sounds out of this world, but it is the real experiencing that I'm having on the inside. I feel constantly good no matter what's happening outside. And if I see something that's negative outside, it's like I gotta backtrack because I begin to start seeing it from my eyes from the outside, and I stop looking at with my real eyes when I start to see things negative. That's why I got to be constant of the window of my soul, my eyes. So you gotta make sure that what you're seeing is gonna make what you feel on the inside. If I keep on seeing something negative, that's gonna produce a feeling on the inside of it. The image. That's why you gotta realize that everything that you are of an image right now is reflecting how much you believe you have on the inside. So the more you realize that you have on the inside, the more it's gonna reflect outside. But you can't not look at the outside as your source. You gotta see your inside as a source. Because if you always go outside the source, you're always trying to maintain and do the things covering. It's like a car. You're trying to maintain the car and make sure that it's in good condition by just painting the car, a renewing of a paint. When you gotta know that there's an engine on the inside. The engine is what makes the car. The paint is just a reflection. So you have a nice engine, have a nice paint job, okay? But if you don't realize how powerful your engine is, and you're just focusing on the things that are outside and just trying to like fix the paint job on the outside, you're always gonna maintain that, and you're not gonna go nowhere with that because you gotta realize that you have an engine on the inside, and that engine is what will take you from one place to another place. So I don't know if that makes sense or not, but I just came up with that. So this is my message. I just want to share this with you. I hope that this message can really benefit you in a way, because I'm not trying to tell you what you need to do to become better. I'm actually revealing to you what you already have on the inside, because you're not in lack. You're already full of abundance. And when you realize the truth, you're going to be set free. And the truth is this, that you were never lost. But if you think you're lost, you're going to find truth, and the truth is going to reveal that you were never lost. That's pretty deep right there. So I look forward to making more videos as it brings inspiration on the inside for me to do it. I don't try to force to make videos, but when I feel inspired to make videos, I'm going to make videos because it's just living on the inside of me. So hope this message is cool.